Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Anniversary and our Night Elf Priest. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we have returned to Hillsbrad, and I think we'll be spending the majority of our time in the Alterac Mountains for today. I think we'll start with killing some mountain lions once again. We killed several of those in the previous episode, but we gotta wrap that up. And then we will head into the snowy area of the mountains to collect our Yeti fur. We picked up our Hillman's cloak at the end of the last episode, as well as the fine thread that we need. And we'll see what else we can get to today, if we can get through that pretty quickly. And we've got a lot of Syndicate-related stuff up north. But let's see what we can get done today. Right, we are heading back into the mountains now. Should start seeing some mountain lions soon. Guess we'll head off to the right first and check this little area right outside where the Alliance side is for the Alterac Valley battleground. And we've got a couple here. There's also a couple of dead ones. Actually, it seems like there's plenty on this hill. I feel like these two hills on the right are kind of dedicated to the Syndicate. And it looks like these two on the left are covered in exactly what we need. So good. I think we should be done with this pretty quickly. And yeah, I'm hoping we can push our experience bar a little bit further ahead compared to last time. I was surprised. But also we were in a group of 4 people for a decent chunk of the Syndicate-related stuff. Sharing that experience definitely took away a little bit. I think we'll end up going solo today, though. So we should be able to push this rested experience a little bit further ahead. Infiltrator Shoulders of the Whale. Spirit Stamina for leather. Yeah, I mean, somebody might want that. I feel like the shoulder slot is a tough one to find upgrades for. I feel like there's a decent amount of shoulder drops from the earlier dungeons, like, you know, like Shadowfang, and I think Blackfathom Deeps might even have one. But I feel like it gets a bit more rare as you enter your 30s and 40s to find those pieces outside of the auction house. Well, we're definitely done with the regular mountain lions. I think we might have a couple more hulking ones to take out before we can move on. As we enter Gavin's Naze. I wonder who these people are. We've got Sophera and Gavin. Maybe named after some humans that lived either in Alterac or in Dalaran, maybe? Since Dalaran is literally right over there. But yeah, I don't think we ever find out who these people are. Unless there's some sort of reference to characters in the Warcraft series that came before. Yeah, just a ton of regular mountain lions. Yeah, we might not actually find any of the hulking ones over this way, so maybe we should head back. I actually don't even know if we can access the mountains up here anyway from where we're at right now. I'm not sure if we have to, if we're gonna have to go all the way around to this path here. I guess we'll have to see. We'll start looking for an opening. I guess we'll backtrack a little bit. Head over to the other hill. We've got our last two right here. Just grab them at the same time. Right, all done with that. Yeah, this should be a decent one too. We're getting some additional buff food, as well as the recipe for the tasty lion steak, which we can use at 150. So we're 5 points away from that. We can just purchase some lean wolf flanks off the auction house again and just kind of finish this one off. We do have to go back to Stormwind, though, in order to get the seasoning herbs, so... could do the Murloc fin soup instead. I just feel like we're holding on to a lot of different types of food at the moment. And we still have plenty of wolf kebabs left to use up before we move on. I guess the 6 stamina and 6 spirit is feeling a little bit low for where we're at, though. Well, we've entered Alterac in the snowy bits, and all of the Yetis are dead. So somebody's been around. There should be plenty of them to kill, though. I don't think there should be a shortage. And we're going to need to pick up 10 fur, which we will see how long that takes. There is another Yeti here, a named Yeti called Frostmaw, I think. I don't know if the Alliance get a quest to kill him, but the Horde do. It involves like this Flame of Uzul here. You trigger it with something and then he'll appear. We'll see if we get a quest for that at some point, but for now these guys will do. Yeah, so we got a Horde player in the area, a druid. Oh wow, you know what? I just realized we're only at 2 of 10 for the Yeti fur. Considering I'm pretty sure we got those first two off of like the first 3 Yetis that we killed. And we have not seen a single one since. We've killed quite a few already. Yeah, I wasn't sure how the drop rate was going to be, but it could also be one of those quests where they have a chance to drop from the Yetis directly, but they might also... You might also be able to acquire the fur by skinning them afterwards, maybe. I suppose that could be a possibility. But yeah, for now we've been getting pretty unlucky, I guess. This little bit of extra grinding doesn't hurt, though. That is how we're gonna be making most of our progress today, anyway. Yeah, I don't think we'll be getting that close to level 38, though, at this rate. Not even sure if there's a reason to return at level 38 or not for our new upgrades. I'm not sure what we have in the pipeline, because I feel like we just upgraded. I feel like we just upgraded Smite and Holy Fire at 36, and Mind Blast and Shadowward Pain at 34. I feel like we're not going to really see anything until 40. But who knows? I could be wrong. You never know when you'll get a random, like, interesting new ability that just kind of comes out of nowhere sometimes. They're not always at like 30, 40, 50. Sometimes you just get them out of nowhere. Although I'm not sure what else we would have in our toolkit as a priest. I feel like we've picked up everything for the most part. When we go Shadow, I guess we'll have Mind Flay as a additional button to press. I mean, I guess at that point it kind of replaces Smite. Surprisingly, a lot of Yetis over here. Right outside the ruins of Altrak. I wonder if you can get in there from the outside, or if you have to go all the way around. I mean, there's a lot of spots here in the mountains where we can take on Yetis, and I wonder if we could legitimately like wrap all the way around and kind of sneak in through the back. I think it's possible. I guess we should just keep following this particular trail. Nobody else is out here. Except for a dwarf looking to mine some stuff, it looks like. This does feel like it would be a really good mining route, for sure. I don't know much about mining past like level 30 or so. But yeah, this seems like a nice little mountain shelf to find ore in. And we've talked about before how some of the lower level herbs can be worth quite a bit. You know, like the wild steel bloom or the gold thorn. I think it's the same for mining as well. I think like iron You know, it's not just like thorium. Obviously, thorium is extremely valuable, but I think iron can also be pretty valuable as well for quite a few things. And yeah, this is the... I'm sure you'd find a lot of iron around this level and around Alterac. I feel like it might be possible to sneak in here if we wanted to. Not that we would ever need to do this, but we're not going into the ruins of Alterac today anyway. We'll save the ogres within for another day. Oh yeah, look at that! There's a hole in a wall. A hole in the wall right here. I think there's a goblin nearby. Like a vendor that has alchemy supplies. And I think this is where you go if you want the recipe for the, what is it? Frost, it might be like frost resistance potion or something. That might be what I'm thinking about. It's an elixir that you make for the nifty stopwatch questline in the Badlands, which is something that we might end up doing. We wouldn't have to come here ourselves just because we're not an alchemist. We're just going to be buying that potion off the auction house. But if we can find this guy, I think he's over here. If we can find him, maybe we can grab the recipe if it's around and we can sell it. I really want this Winter's Bite too, because I think this is a higher level herb. If I'm not mistaken, that can be worth a bit. Am I thinking of a different one, though? Maybe I'm thinking of ice caps in Winter Spring. I don't know if we can take on a level 40 elite on our own. Let's hit him with the Mind Soothe so that we don't accidentally grab him. Yeah, I could have swore there was a vendor up here. Maybe he's in a different portion. There might be more of these types of walls, you know, in other areas of the camp. Maybe he's like over there on the other side of the hill. But yeah, good to know that we could backdoor the ruins of Alterac on the western side, it looks like. Another wall over there we can go on top of, maybe? If it's easy to get to, I don't mind giving it a try, but if we have to get past a lot of these guys, yeah, it's probably not going to be worth it. I don't think we're ready to take that on just yet. So let's just go back to the Yetis. Let's get our buffs back up first. Well, we're halfway done. Got a lot more Yetis to kill. So that might be what we're doing for the rest of today. I don't know if I want to start the collection of Alterac signet rings yet. You know, if we're not going to complete the whole thing right now. We'll see how much weaker we become after this rallying cry of the Dragon Slayer buff falls off. Guess we'll be critting our spells less. Quite the lovely view of Lordermere Lake. Wish the view distance was just a little bit, like just a smidge further in Classic than it is. You know, to be honest though, back in the day in vanilla, with the computers that we were running on, running this game on, the view we would be lucky if you had a view distance this far. The computer that I was running on, I wouldn't even see these trees right in front of me. It's literally like being surrounded by the fog of war all the time. It's crazy how far we've come. Found the wall on the other side, I guess. Oh, you know what? I see him. I see the goblin. It's right there on top, the little guy. Broken alchemy supplier. We'll see if we can get up there from here. I don't know if we can without running into some ogres. Might be difficult. Oh yeah, this time I do not see a way up there. So you do have to come in from the other side, it looks like. I don't think I can sneak up the mountain or anything. I'm sure that somebody has turned this into a jumping puzzle at some point, though. Just kind of like slowly made their way up like this somehow. Oh, I mean, we'll just keep going around, I guess. Although this seems to be the end of the line for the Yetis, at least. We'll take out the rest of the Yetis here, and we'll just, I'll check it out, though. I'll see if we can, you know, somehow access the place from the north side here. Let's see. Does the mountain keep going, or do we drop off? It looks like we kind of drop off here. Looks like there could be another entrance on that hill in the distance. It would be quite difficult to reach, I think, from here. But, I don't know. Maybe we give it a try. Maybe if we can find a way to get in from the back up here, we can just simply run past the bulk of the ruins and then back into this spot over here and hopefully finish our quest from there. We're now at Dandrid's Fold. It feels nice to discover a portion of the map anyway, I guess. Yeah, see, this is where I would love to live if I was in Alterac. This secluded little farm/vineyard-esque area. assassins are a little bit too pesky for us to deal with right now. I think it would be a good idea to wait. Alright, yeah, I can see a clear path back into the ruins from here. Slaughter Hollow, what a name. Hey look, it's that same Tauren Druid we saw earlier. These Crush Ridge Maulers are a little bit less scary, I suppose. Only level 35. Can't remember the last time I was up in this spot here. Looks like there's a cave. Some sort of ogre stronghold, a couple of them. I think we have to go all the way back over here though, because this isn't the right wall where we found the goblin at. Let's see if I can thread the needle here. Man, I can't believe I discounted Mind Soothe for the past 20 years. Actually does something cool. We gotta get this gate. This guy's being attacked, which is good. Yeah, I guess we have to go all the way to the north side of the ruins from here. Original plan was to bypass it, but yeah, there are a lot of players here too, so I guess honestly there's a lot of dead ogres on this side too, so I have a feeling the recipe has already been snatched. More than likely, but let's see. And honestly, we could just jump down the wall from here too. We actually don't even need to go back through the ruins to start killing yetis again. Hello there, little buddy.
Talk to me.
Oh no, it's still here, and it's called Frost Oil. Okay. Yeah, it costs 25 silver from the vendor, and we can sell it for like 4 gold, it looks like. That's pretty neat.
Keep it real.
It's a decent way to make like just a little extra chunk of gold is if you happen to visit the trade supply vendors, you know, looking for your own stuff, for your own professions. Sometimes you can find something that is worth just selling on the auction house just because people don't want to, you know, farm it from the vendor. They don't want to have to wait around, you know, several hours even in some cases to wait for it to pop back up again. A lot of players just want to go to the auction house and pick up the recipe. I've done that plenty of times myself too, so I think I did that in the Hunter with the last set that we crafted for ourselves. Just like I don't want to wait at a vendor for the recipe to drop. We got some gold thorn up here. Interesting. Looks like we just need one more Yeti fur, and we will finally be done. Took a while to get those 2 quests done. Almost at the finish line. Then we can head straight back to South Shore to turn everything in. Need another quest from the previous episode too that we had to turn in at South Shore that we haven't taken care of yet. And there's our last fur. Still kill some yetis here and there on the way back. We can bypass several of them with Mind Soothe too. I just noticed they don't drop any cloth, I guess. But I guess anything that can be skinned probably isn't going to drop cloth. Even though they're humanoid. So I'll save that spot on my bars for the mountain lion steak. Oh, it's also worth mentioning too, while I was at the auction house in between episodes, I did push our first aid to 150. We were basically already there already. We just needed like a few more points, I think. I took care of that real quick so that we can finally put wool cloth behind us completely. Because, yeah, for a while we needed it just to finish that off. Not that we're using first aid all that much. Or really not at all, basically. But now we can dump some extra silk into it if we wanted to. And I think we're going to want to, at least until 180, where we get the heavy silk bandage. I just want to get this book out of our inventory. Yeah, you never know when you're going to use first aid. I feel like we'll use it more when we switch over to full shadow. Because you cannot cast healing spells in shadow form. It'll kick you out, I think. I don't know if it kicks you out in vanilla or if it just tells you can't do it before, and you have to like manually get out of the form to cast it. I think it's when you start casting it, it just kicks you out, if I'm not mistaken. And in that case, we wouldn't want to just pop a renew on ourselves, for example, in between pulls if we wanted to heal up a little bit. And first aid could work there. We'll still have access to Power Word Shield, which is, at least at this current moment, it's still so powerful to the point where we don't even have to heal at all as it is, even with our own healing spells. And yeah, with full shadow too, we're going to be getting Vampiric Embrace, I think it's called. Yeah. Which is something that we can use to heal for 20% of the shadow damage we deal. It also heals our party too. So if we decide to do a little bit of DPSing in dungeons, if there's already a healer, present, then I think that'd be some good off healing. This extra talent though that's attached to it, the improved vampiric embrace, this just doesn't seem very good. Increases the percentage heal by 10%, but I think that might be multiplicative if I'm not mistaken. Which, if that's the case, it means that you're spending 2 talent points to simply heal for like 22% of the shadow damage you deal instead of 20, which would be so not worth it at all. I'm not sure if it's how that works, but you guys can let me know. I'm sure somebody out there knows. But I would like to pick up silence. I think that would be really cool to have an interrupt. And even, improved psychic scream, which is required to pick it up. It's not terrible. Having that reduced cooldown. Alright, we are back in Hillsbrad. Or just about, I guess. We're still technically in Alterac. But we're going to head straight back to South Shore now so we can turn in all of our quests. And then we will say goodbye to Alterac and Hillsbrad for a little while. We'll definitely be back though at some point. And I think I might check out the Shimmering Flats on this character. I don't know if there's any additional quests that we can pick up that lead to 1,000 Needles. I'm not sure. But I suppose we can just pick up whatever we find there. We're really far ahead of schedule anyway. So we'll do that. I anticipate being level 38 after the next episode. So we can pick up some new abilities from there. And then I think we'll go back to Stranglethorn from there. I don't know if we'll go back to killing beasts or if we'll work on the Curzon related stuff. Hello, Zixel. Do you have anything interesting? So it's another good example. There's a formula here for a minor agility. I feel like we could make something off of that. Doesn't cost us that much. Agility is it's only +1, which doesn't seem like a lot, obviously, and it really isn't, but like agility, I feel like is a rare stat to be able to enchant on stuff. And we are back in South Shore now. I guess we'll turn in the Yeti stuff first.
Well met. Go with honor, friend.
Now it is time for the Great Bartolo to work his magic. I require no wizard staff, no mage's rod. For I, the Great Bartolo, work magic with a mere needle and thread.
Be careful.
And picked up the Yeti fur cloak. 6 agility and 3 spirit. Not interested. We got little bats flying around. I guess it is Hollow's End as of recording this. This might actually be the first day of Hollow's End, if I'm not mistaken.
You need something?
Ain't that great news? Should have gone and found me a regular old war hero from day one to take care of them beasts. you'd have made your pappy proud, Elidria. Yeah, sure. It doesn't really matter what we take there. We just want the recipe, which we can't learn yet. We did pick up some tasty lion steaks, so we'll put that on the bars for us to consume next before we go back to the seasoned wolf kebabs.
Can I help you?
Oh, this guy sells cloaks and other stuff. Interesting. Nothing that we can use, but always worth noting the vendors around the world that can sell you any green items.
Need help?
And now we're turning in further mysteries with the magistrate.
The Alliance?
This is the decrypted letter that we got from Stormpike back in Ironforge. This is translated from a letter you found in a syndicate encampment. This was not written by a thief or even a noble of Altrak. It appears the syndicate has ties to another power, and I shudder to think what that might be. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we read this at the end of the last episode, and it was very Burning Legion-esque kind of vibes from the letter.
Go with honor, friend.
Dark Council. The letter you brought me was written by a being who calls himself Nagaz, a member of the Argus Wake. I don't know what this Argus Wake is, but if they're in alliance with the Syndicate, then they must be a threat. I want you to find Nagaz and the Argus Shadow Mages mentioned in that letter. I want you to find them and kill them. Search in the uplands where the Syndicate is strongest. It is north of Stranbrad. With luck, you'll find these envoys of the Argus Wake there. Simple kill quests.
For the Alliance.
We will deal with them at the same time that we deal with the rest of the Syndicate, I guess. I don't know where we actually killed them. Well, I guess there's just Shadow Mages in the same spot that we need to be anyway. That'll be a whole episode in itself, along with the Crush Ridge related stuff. We'll just take care of everything at the same time. Let me see. Let me just double check everything we've got here. Yeah, just some auctions to post. Maybe I'll hearth back to Menethil right now. And, yeah, I guess if the plan is to go to Shimmering Flats, I guess we'll just go back to Ironforge to handle our business there. So that we can come back here and take the boat.
Hello.
Alright, but I think that'll probably do it for me for today. I guess Ironforge is only a minute away. Maybe I can try to push our cooking to 150 real quick. I guess I should just make some more. Well, I can't get that Stormwind seasoning though, so I guess I have to make the Murloc fin soup. I'd really just rather not hold on to it, but I guess it's fine. We are getting close to the point where we can start using Mage Weave, as well as getting close to the point where we might actually start finding Mage Weave on our journey. And once we do, we can make ourselves some 12 slot bags. Give ourselves a little bit of extra space. So we'll buy a stack of Murloc fins, and we'll see what we can do. I don't remember where the cooking trainer is here. And Iron Forge, I'll have to ask a guard. Bronze kettle. That seems like a safe bet. Alright, we do need the Murloc fins though, so let's get over to the commons. Although I wonder, could I use the forge itself? Like, could I just start cooking here if I wanted to? That would be hilarious. I wonder if these dwarven braziers could also be used. We'll test that theory. I'm interested to see if that actually works. I'll buy out a couple stacks of these just in case. They're super cheap. I mean, maybe the Murloc fin soup is what we should have been using all along. Just because it's so crazy cheap to make. We do need hot spices though, and I feel like we might not be able to get those from the general goods / trade goods vendor, but I guess we can check there first. I feel like they only typically sell the like mild spices. Then you have to get the higher level ones at an actual cooking supplier.
Greetings.
Oh, okay, I guess you can get them right here. How many do I need? Probably one for every 2, so probably need 10 of these. And we will find a spot to cook. Let's test my theory on one of the braziers. Yep, it sure does work. Wow, so Iron Forge is literally like littered with campfires, essentially. There's a couple behind me. It's cool, you always have a spot to cook. I'm not doing super well in these skill ups though. So it was good that I bought 2 stacks of these. Can we get on the last one? Nope. Yeah, we have to buy more. That is a shame. I'm gonna end up with a lot of extra food in our inventory. Does Murloc fin soup actually sell for that much? So we accidentally ate it. Didn't want to do that. No, I didn't think so. Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Let's just buy one more of these.
Thank you.
Got 5 tries to get 1 point. Oh no. Don't fail me now. Please. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I think that's going to do it for me for today. I'll pick up some more. I'll make sure we get that last point. I will learn the Tasty Lion steak. And then we'll be able to cook these up and have even more buff food in our inventory to deal with. Yeah, we're buying out all of the supply here. But in any case, that is going to do it for me for today. Appreciate you guys, as always, for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.